I'm gonna show you how to do a sketch. So we're gonna go over here. You can hide my data panel again. We're gonna go here in the top, and we're gonna use this icon right here. This is the sketch icon. Make sure you're in solid. It's the sketch icon. And once we click on it, we'll get different options. So you can see how our bottom plane changes depending on which of these three rectangles I click. So I can do the right face, the front face, the bottom face. It just depends how you want, in which direction you want to start your sketch. And you can see these lines correspond to the X, Y, and Z axis, just like we see over here in the corner on this side. You can see that's our little cube that shows you the directions. You can also click from there and drag it, move the drawing. And you can see the red is the X, the blue is the Z, and then the Y is in the green, which is pointing backwards. All right, so in this case, I'll make my drawing, my sketch on this bottom plane. I click it, and then um, you can see that my tools on the top now they change. All right, you see they change, and they have different options now. So different constraints, different things to modify, like cut, fillet, and so on. And then over here, I can have my type of lines. So I have my line, my rectangle, my circle, splines, mirror, and then the measure. So let's just click here in line. So this will make just one line. I'm gonna go here at the center. You can see the first point. You can put it whatever, but you can see if I get to the center, it kind of like snaps and it turns blue. That's showing you that that's like the center of this plane. So I will click here, and then before I click again, you can see that it makes a line. So it's showing me two things: the length of the line and the angle that it's making with the, you can see with the horizontal over here with the horizontal red line. So in this case, I can do two things. I can just click and then modify the line later, or I can just type in a dimension before, and then it will automatically align to that. So in this case, I'm just going to just place it around here, this whatever. And then my next line, you can see automatically I have another new line that's formed. So in this case, for this one, I will write, um, let's say this will be 3 inches. So you see if I type 3, I press enter. I don't have to type inches because we already knew what it is. You can type millimeters and this will automatically, you can see it automatically transforms into what 3 millimeters is. But if I go back to 3 inches or just three, the program already knows the unit. So I'll press 3. You can see it's also making like a 90-degree line with the previous one. Press enter, and there we go. And you can see now we are out of the line mode. So I'm gonna make a click here, make another line over here. Let's say I'll make this one a little bit slanted, and then I'll make another line over here. Press escape. All right, so this is my shape. This is my body. So you can see right now, only one line it's dark. The rest of them are blue, and my whole shape it's blue. So this is how you make a sketch. So let's say I want to make it a square, where I could have used a rectangle. Um, so let's do some constraints. Let's do some modifications just to um, make this a little bit easier to understand. Then remember, the more dimensions that we add, the more information that we have, the easier it is for us to understand what's going on. So I'm going to go over here where it says sketch dimension. I click on it, and then I will can see how if I highlight the blue one just by hovering over, it highlights blue. So I'm gonna click on that one, and it shows me my dimension. So let's say we want to modify this one. Let's say we want this one to be uh 2 inches. I'm gonna press 2, enter, and then it modifies it. All right. So before we continue, you can see how this line is slanted. This line on the bottom is also kind of slanted. You see it's not the same. So this is where we use some constraints. So this one, horizontal vertical, basically you can see it aligns 2 points that lie in a vertical horizontal axis, whichever is closer. So I'm going to click this point right here in the corner. If you make your line straight, in your case, I mean, you already have that one. But if not, if it looks like mine, then it will be something like this. And you can see that if I just click this out just for escape, anything that's blue, you can drag out. So You can see anything that's blue. That's why you can reshape it. Things are you want a drawing that's fully constrained, fully dimensioned. That's when all the lines turn black. If you leave anything blue, uh, sometimes this will happen. So let's say you're playing like, oh, I moved it, and I don't want that. I forgot the dimension. So this is what you want to fully constrain, right? So once again, I'm gonna click this point. I'm gonna click this constraint horizontal vertical. So that point, then this point in the center, and there we go. Now you can see this symbol over here in the bottom. That's a horizontal. That's the symbol of their constraint. Uh, so we have that one now. Let's escape, and now you can see that this can still be moved. Like now it only moves in that same uh, direction as this point. So I cannot move it now up and down. I can just move it left or right, and the other blue line is still moves. So this is not a perfect square yet. If you want to keep your shape like this, that's fine. We can also just dimension this line. All right. But in this case, I want to make this, a rectangle. So I will do this point, again, the constraint, and this point over here, and there we go. And you can see we have the lines there. So everything's fully constrained. Of course, it would have been easier if I just made a rectangle, right? And just constrain it like that, right? But this is just what I'm showing you how to do some of these constraints. Of course, there's more like the tangent and the equal. So we can do that one. If we click here, if we do the equal, basically it makes two lines equal. So you can see this is 2, this is 3. So let's say we want to make this line and this line the same. In this case, you can see we cannot do that because we already have a dimension here. But if we didn't have a dimension, then we could have done that. So I'm just going to show you that real quick. Let's say I delete this dimension. You can see now it's ready to be moved, right? We still want to have one of those open. So if I click the equal, this line and this line, now both of them are the same dimension. So they're 3 by 3 inches. So it's a cube, right? That's basically what's going on. And to delete a dimension, you can just hover over escape, just click it and press the delete button, right? And you can see if I delete that one, and once again, this is able to move. So I'm just gonna go back and Control Z, and there we go. Back to the 3 and 2. So this is how you do a sketch. After you're done, you're just gonna press over here where it says finish. And if you go back over here to the little house symbol on the corner, click on it, and it's gonna show you, your 3D view again for this sketch. So that's even how to do a sketch. All we can do now is we can click save just to do that. So in here in the version, now we're gonna put made sketch. You wanna write whatever modification you're doing. That way you know the different versions. What in case you want to go back, you can know which version has what. So made sketch. All right, so it's going to save it, and then it will be updating. There we go, tutorial 1B2. All right, and I'll see you in the next video.